Okay, so what's up, YouTube? How's everything going? How's everything? Hope everybody is doing great. Um, Having a great weekend. Um, this is week two of dealing with the wildfire situation. Um, Still waiting to return back to my place of residence. They have the National Guard out there. You know what I'm saying? Why they have that, I'm still trying to figure that out. Why they're not letting people back to their property. Think I kind of know why. It just seems very strange to me, very weird. Doesn't make really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And they talk about, well, you know what, we've been having looting and stuff like that, but how do we know if that's even how do we know that that's even true? Seriously, we don't know what they're doing up there. We don't know. Can't believe mainstream media because all they do is lie, push propaganda. Um, they don't work in your best interests. They work against the regular person, the citizen, working, tax-paying citizen. Yeah, they're known liars. So it's hard to believe anything that comes out of that TV, that comes from mainstream media. It's like you have to dig in, you have to do your own, pretty much your own research. If not, you'll just be completely in the dark. Um, you gotta use your tuition. You gotta use common sense. You kind of gotta be your own detective because these people are known liars. They will lie to you constantly lie to you. And when you question those lies, they want to make it seem like you're the one with the problem for questioning their lies, their BS. You know, when they piss on your head and call it rain, they want you to say that it's rain instead of piss. I mean, I hate to get graphic, but I mean, that's how it is. Um, so still waiting. Still got the National Guard up there. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. I'm sure they probably got land developers up there figuring out how, just keeping it a buck, how they can steal people's land, steal people's property. So they already burnt everybody out. You know, come on, people. Do you honestly think? Look at me. Do you honestly think that what happened 2 weeks ago was natural? No. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna convince me that that was a natural wildfire. Nothing natural about that. That shit was intentionally done. It was intentionally set. Um, they're trying to blame it on some arsonists. But if they were arsonists, you can bet your bottom line that they were on somebody's payroll. Real talk. Best believe they wasn't acting alone. So I don't believe, oh, it's just some arsonist, some homeless person. You know, they love to throw that shit up. You know, love to throw that up. Now, if they were arsonists, best believe they were on some higher up's payroll. You know, and they've done this throughout history. This country has been known to burn people out of their land, off their property. Been doing it to black people for since the beginning, since we've got here, pretty much. Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's just scratching the surface. Countless of other black communities burned down. But as I said before, now they're doing it to everybody. They're not just doing it to black people, although uh, Altadena has a lot of uh, there's a lot of black generational wealth up in Altadena, California. People that have had their homes for decades, through generations. So very close knit community. So you know, you know how it is. Well, you're not. Some of you aren't from California, so you don't know how it is. But uh, they want everybody in apartments, living on top of each other, stacked on top of each other. I mean, who wants to live like that? Like, these people are psychopaths, man. They're psychotic. They're not normal. They're bent on destroying the normal way of living. How most people, when I say the normal way of living, I'm talking about day-to-day life that we live. Um, they want you poor so they can control you. Because you can't control a nation unless you can't control the people unless they're desolate, down and out, crawling on their knees, begging for help. You know what I mean? More than likely, I don't think they're going to even allow anybody to rebuild back in those areas. I think it's a wrap. They're going to go in there, take control of everything, um, pretty much not allow anybody up in there because, like I said, they got the National Guard up there, which makes no sense. But then again, when you think about it, okay, well, it all makes sense. They don't want nobody up there because um, I'm sure they're gonna have people come in there and map out the whole place and say, okay, we want this, we want that, and they don't want people up there seeing that. They don't want people up there confronting a lot of these land developers and stuff like that, which are, I'm not saying all of them are evil, but a lot of them do push people off their property, off their land. A lot of them are involved in gentrification. So they don't want people confronting them. So they got to have the National Guard out there. They got to have the sheriffs out there. They got to block roads. They got to keep people from going up in those areas. Um, yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? It's it's time to be alive, like they say, as they say, it is the time to be alive. Um, no time to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So 100% land grab. You know, that's how I feel. I feel in my gut that this is definitely. I feel that this is a land grab. Um, some people may say, "Oh, you don't have any proof." Well, I'm just going off of how I feel and intuition, and I'm going off of history and how this country has always operated and how this government has always burned people out when they wanted, their land. You know, they've been doing this throughout history. They've been doing this. This is nothing new. It might be new to other people. It's certainly damn for sure, it's nothing new to black people. But maybe white people, maybe Hispanic people. You know, maybe this is something new to you guys because throughout history, you guys didn't have to deal with this. But we as black people, um, we've always had to deal with the government stealing and taking our shit. You know. But regardless to that, man, they're doing whatever they can to keep people from going up there. And to me, it just doesn't sit right with me, and it's very strange. It's very weird. Um, you know, where was the National Guard at when we had all those riots? You know, in L.A. during the whole um, George Floyd thing. You know, I mean, where was the National Guard at during that time? I'm sure it was a lot of chaos. You know, but you got the National Guard out to keep people from going to their own property that they pay taxes, mortgage, rent. I mean, make it make sense. Please, somebody make it make sense because it just does not make sense to me. I mean, it just sounds like straight tyranny is yeah, I'm just gonna call it what it is. As I said before, it's 100% martial law. My wife got mad at me for saying that because I said it to one of them's face. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're in martial law, which is what it is. You got a curfew. You're not allowing people to go to their property. Got National Guards blocking off streets. That's martial law, man. 100%. Care how you look at it, that is what it is. It's martial law. Martial law. And then you got Gavin Newsome, psychotic, sociopath, psychopath, whatever you want to call him. Gavin Newsome just running around, just cheesing, smiling. I mean, the man is so fucking wicked, man. And he's getting ready to face another recall. So, oh yeah, that's coming. Like I said before, uh, maybe I didn't say it. His whole political career is done, over. I can't see him. I can't possibly see that man trying to run for president. I mean, that's a joke. Joke. I mean, who's gonna vote for him? I don't see him running. I think he's not even gonna run because his reputation is just so his his credibility is just so in the toilet, man. His reputation that there is no way in the world that he there's no way that he will become president or even come close to becoming president. He won't even make it out of the primaries. He'd probably be one of the first ones to get eliminated. Like, so I believe his political career is over, done. And he's almost done. His time is almost up as governor. So Gavin Newsom is finished. And you got Hollywood coming down on you. You fucked up if you got Hollywood. Celebrities, Hollywood on your neck. Oh, you done. You definitely finished. Got a lot of liberals. You got Los Angeles Times talking about that they made a mistake endorsing Karen Bass. So you got all these liberals, and not all, but a good number of liberals and Democrats um, angry and upset with Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. So I think both of their political careers are finished. I think they're done. Um, if they do carry out a recall session against Gavin Newsom, I think is a strong possibility that he won't make it through unless he rigs it, just like the last one was rigged. Uh, Definitely stolen. He rigged it. I think Larry Elder should actually be governor right now, but his auntie Pelosi, pulled the strings and he survived it. But nobody in California likes this man. The most hated governor, I would say, ever to govern California. Nobody likes Gavin Newsom. There's a lot of liberals and a lot of Democrats that don't like Gavin Newsom. So I don't see how he would survive another recall. I don't see it. I just don't. If he does, and I know for a fact, yeah, I know for a fact it's definitely rigged. The last one was rigged, but I know for a fact 100% that is rigged if he survives this recall that they're trying to get going, because they're trying to get it going right now. They're trying to get signatures. They're gonna put it out. If he survives this, then I know for a fact 100% that yeah, the shit is rigged. But yeah, he needs to go, man. Gavin Newsom needs to go. Not only that, he needs to go to prison. He shouldn't even be, man. The crimes this man committed. And Gavin Newsom, we still don't know what you did with all the homeless money. The money that was supposed to go to the homeless, to help the homeless. Nobody knows where that money went. I mean, some heads need to roll. Some heads need to roll, man. You know? And a message to you California voters. You might want to change the way how you vote. You know what I'm saying? You might want to stop voting for these Democrats, these liberals, man. Just saying. You might want to change the way you vote. That may help. You might have to just put somebody from the red side, as governor. You may just have to. You might not want to do that, but you might just have to. I wouldn't advise anybody to vote for a Democrat or vote blue. At this point, I would say avoid all Democrat politicians. And I'm not even saying Republicans are angels. I'm not saying that by any means, but just look at the destruction that the Democrats um, have caused California. I mean, just look how Gavin Newsom just destroyed California. And these are liberal. These are hardcore liberals, man. Far leftist Democrats. So why would you continue to vote for that? So, hey, I'm not saying Republicans are angels. I'm not saying that, because I don't support neither party like that. I'm more independent. I guess you could say somewhere in the middle or whatever. So I'm not Republican or Democrat, but Might have to start voting might have to start just voting Republican, man. Just voting red, you know. Probably have to just start doing that. That's to me, I feel that's the only way that people in California can kind of turn around and somewhat try to fix what's damaged. Because man, these liberals, man, they insane, man. They shouldn't even be running the doghouse. Real talk. Crazy. It's crazy. They don't even need to be in office. You know what I'm saying? They not fit to run a hamburger stand, let alone a governor position or president. These people should be nowhere near the office. So might just have to come down to that, man. Might just have to get or even an independent. Might just have to get an independent or um, conservative or Republican governor in office, man. You know what I mean? Other than that, I can't think of any other way of how California could turn around and fix itself because these liberals, man, their policies, they're already proven that they don't give a damn about their voters. You know, they've already proven that. You got Gavin Newsome talking about adding more tax increases to payroll. I'm like, really? So you're gonna add more taxes to people's paychecks? And he wants to increase the gas tax. I'm like, the man is out his mind. And I don't know. Like I said, uh, things gotta change. Gotta change. If not, it's just gonna continue to get worse, worse, and worse. It's not gonna get better. It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. So, you know, you may have to do something that you may have not normally have done, which is vote red. You know, vote to you know, get a Republican governor. You know, and I know a lot of you hate to hear that, but hey, it may just come down to that. You know, stop voting for these Democrats and these crazy liberal policies, man, that wants to talk your kid into getting a sex change. That's all they talk about. Or abortion. That's another big one. These people don't never talk about the economy because they wrecked the economy. They destroyed it. So they don't want to even talk about that. Don't want to talk about the border, how they left the border wide open and over 300 and some thousand kids are still out there missing and haven't been found. Oh, they don't want to talk about that because they the ones who caused all of that. So all they can talk about is abortion and you know transgender rights and just shit that don't even matter, man. Probably shit that a lot of LGBTQ people don't even stress over that much. Honestly, to tell you the truth, you know, their main thing is probably the economy too. But it's just crazy, man. Crazy. So just checking in, letting you know I'm hanging in there, just waiting to get back to my house. And this is part 2. And I'll let you know what's up. Coming live to you from San Dimas, California, Southern California, that is. So, peace and love, family. I'm out. Blessings.